So tonight we are going to be taking a look at a brand new upcoming MMORPG called TitanReach, which is a modern take on old school MMORPGs. This is a game that just launched onto Kickstarter and already has almost $70,000 out of its $427,000 goal met. TitanReach is a new take on old school MMORPGs that aims to build on what we love from the genre while improving on what we didn't like. Our game focuses on a scaling system, a massive fantasy open world, unique quests, and good social experiences. They have a demo actually available for players to try out if they're interested in their own Discord server. TitanReach features 20 different skills maxing out at level 100. Your combat level consists of 9 skills. Each skill offers various bonuses and new unlockable content as you level it. They then went on to showcase the scaling system, the combat skills and camping, vitality, defense, dexterity, strength, focus. There are a lot of skills here. Holy crap. There is no class system. In TitanReach, you have the freedom to switch combat styles and level the skills you want, and you are not locked into a class system. You may create a tanky sorcerer build, or if you want to, you can create a quick and nimble melee fighter. This will allow you to create pure accounts as the different combat skills each attribute individually to your combat level, which I don't know if it's just the fact that I'm really tired, but that didn't really make sense to me. But anyway, from what I gather, you're going to have the freedom to create your class or whatever class, whatever build you want. It's going to have a player-driven economy, which has never really worked out all that well in MMORPGs. Regardless, all the items will be acquired by players gathering, processing, or looting items. You'll be able to set the price depending on supply and demand. An auction house system is not planned for launch, and we would like all transactions to happen via player trading and trade chat channels. I don't know, just to me, oh wow. To me, player-driven economies are just, they're dependent on players, and you guys know better than anyone that is just not a direction that really works. Like, I mean, it can work, but it just doesn't normally. Social aspect, influenced by old school MMOs. Join your friends or strangers in guilds and parties, play social games in taverns, or venture out to kill bosses. Meet people as you level your skills or while trading your goods. TitanReach will also feature a guild system allowing players to congregate and establish a presence in game. Our guild system will feature a manageable roster with ranks for co-leaders, officers, and customizable ranks you'd like to add as well. We're also thinking about guild halls and guild quests. The game, well, okay, like, I don't mean, so you guys know me, I'm blunt, I speak my mind. Now, I don't think that really necessarily a game, an MMO specifically, needs to, I don't know, mention that it has a quest system in place. Like, this isn't a feature that you should really be gloating about or letting people know is like a unique feature in your game, right? Our quests will have you travel the world, solve puzzles, explore dungeons, and fight in climactic boss fights. So there are going to be dungeons, there are probably going to be raids, you're going to talk to NPC. It's a traditional questing system, which, you know, you can really have an MMO without a questing system in place anyway. I don't know, I just feel like this is weird to list as a feature in your game. Microtransaction stance. What are microtransactions? We all know what microtransactions are. They're a feature that ruins literally every free-to-play MMO available. Square Root Studios does not support microtransactions that could give an unfair advantage to other players, such as unique items, XP gains, or other beneficial items. The only way players can spend their money is on a monthly subscription, but then I am curious what the monthly subscription is actually going to provide players. They mentioned that there are no VIP subscriptions or anything like that. Everybody is the same and nobody has an unfair advantage just because they've spent some money. The world of Alyssia, home of the Titans, lives and breathes from the power which emanates from the Titans' ancient bodies. Spread across Alyssia, the Titans' mere presence empowers the land surrounding them, sprouting wildlife, fauna, and giving life to the land as a whole. And then there are Titans and combat. Okay, so here we go. This is going to let us know what kind of combat the game has. So the demo combat is not the combat that is going to be present at launch. This was something that was briefly whipped up to create and test systems like damage, health, healing, death, respawn, and PvP. Okay, so this is interesting to know because I feel like another MMO did something like this more recently too. That MMO in specific was Oath. I know a lot of you guys should at least be aware of what Oath is or what Oath was and what ultimately happened with the Oath MMO and the fact that the Oath MMO is now no longer going to launch. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the same thing. I'm just saying that they have this graphical style, this combat system all set up that they're going to completely overhaul in the future anyway. There's a lot of information here. There will be world bosses, there's going to be instant style raids, dungeons, and whatever Slayer is. There's going to be PvP. We'll have designated PvP areas for those who choose to fight one another. These areas will be high risk as items are dropped on death. This is probably the most important thing. I did not know that this was actually a feature until I got to this point. This is going to be a full loot MMO, which means if you venture into those zones that have PvP enabled and you die, you drop items, which means that gear, weapons, armor, items that you have farmed are going to be dropped and other players can loot. They can steal from you. This I know is going to turn off a lot of you guys because a lot of you guys already dislike PvP as it is, and even more of you dislike full loot PvP MMOs. They then went ahead and included their stretch goals, mounts, console support, new skills and abilities. And yeah, that is TitanReach. I don't know. To me, this doesn't really seem like an MMO that is really going to take off. They only require, how much was their Kickstarter for? $427,000. Like an MMO, a big MMO is going to require a substantial amount more than $400,000 to create. Now, I'm not saying that they can't create it on $400,000. I'm just saying that this is not really going to get them very far. Now, I know this may be all that's required for them to get additional investors, but I just have this feeling like this game is going to take years to come out because this is a small indie company, right? Square Root Studios. I don't think I've ever actually heard of them before. So this is a small indie developer that requires a small amount of money, and they're going to create an MMO of this scale. I don't know. Like, you know what, guys? I hope for the best, but at the same time, I would, I don't know, recommend remaining a little bit cautious of this, purely based off of how many times we have been burned in the past from Kickstarter indie backed MMOs. But this is my opinion, my impressions of the game. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below and let's talk about it. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh,